Yo, what is going on? This is a different video, but the second season of Togen Anki just got announced not too long ago. And I will be letting you know, depending on your style, if you should be watching the next season, picking the anime up, and even if you like it to that extent, getting into the manga. So before we get into this, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get into it. The first things that we will be talking about with Togen Anki, the easiest way for me to describe it to you would be to compare it with other anime and manga that I have read, which kind of just gives the blueprint of what it could be. So the first anime that I think is very similar to is Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, you know, you got the ghouls. You're born into a ghoul versus whatever war versus the agency. You're born into a war like that, and that is the same thing as what goes on in Togen Anki, where you're born either an Oni, and you kind of have to just like figure it out after that. You're getting hunted down by the Momotaro agency since you are born, and if you're an Oni, you really don't have a chance until you really reach that higher level. Same thing in Tokyo Ghoul. You know what I'm saying? Ken Kaneki wasn't born a ghoul, but ghouls are getting chased down and kind of getting killed right around that time. It could give like the same vibe from Tokyo Ghoul. They kind of come of age at the same time as the MC Shiki and Ken Kaneki. So that is something, first off, that you could definitely tell. If you like the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, that's something you should put in your watch list to get ready for that second season. Another thing that is like, I would say it has a little bit of Demon Slayer in it. Not too much, as in like, oh, like, he doing this, he doing that. Kind of abilities wise, like you could kind of have abilities of anything, which is pretty similar to Demon Slayer, honestly. It's just like, it's basically the same thing, you know. It's like the power system is low-key broken, and it's hard to explain, but Oni use their blood, and the Momotaro use bacteria that they're able to grow into the world and kind of just use at their own will. Each has a specific ability that they are born with, and they're basically kind of the same thing, except one uses blood, one uses bacteria, and Oni has a better regenerational system type shit. You know what I'm saying? Another one you could kind of give props to is if you like Naruto, you could get into it from like the first episodes when Shiki goes in. They kind of have something similar to the Kakashi Bell test and the tuning exams. It's kind of the same thing, but it abruptly gets cut short. Not to spoil anything crazy, but you know, it was good. I liked it. As somebody who couldn't get through Blue Exorcist, a lot of people do kind of chop it up to like, it's like Blue Exorcist. It's like kind of like a copy of Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist came out after. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even say that he copying it. And Blue Exorcist was so boring through the start that I couldn't even get through it. Once you get through the first like 15 minutes of the first episode, you really get into like crazy MC battle. Like, first fight he has is in the first 10 minutes of the episode. So you're gonna get action off the jump. The pacing is very fast. As somebody who watched the anime and is reading the manga, you don't get a lot of chapters in between when it goes from arc to arc. It's like jumping straight into an arc, then into another arc. For the manga readers who would be interested in this, it is very JJK, like pictures wise. Like, it kind of looks like JJK, and you could kind of get some Windbreaker in there. If you know me, you've been watching me, you know I did Windbreaker chapter reviews for a little bit, and I had nothing but joy doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? The fights definitely can be lackluster as you get into the manga, um, but I think that's something that the animation will definitely do justice. Um, a lot of fights in mangas can be uh, very trash. Some would say without the animation, and some animation doesn't do fights justice. I think once you get into the wind arc, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to spoil too much, but once you get into that arc, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying with the fights. There's a lot of fights going on at one time, and there's a lot of tension to everybody. I like how they are able to kind of not only focus on Shiki all the time, but be able to go off on these side quests with some of these other characters, and all the characters get around the same screen time. Like, it's not like all about the MC, which I hate most of the time when I'm watching anime or manga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of it's main character driven, but I can say for this, they get everybody involved pretty well, and you get to know everybody's backstory as you watch along and are able to read. Uh, and that's the end of the anime that is light. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Togen Anki is perfect. It's obviously has its flaws. Even through the first episode or second episode, the CGI is not great. You're not gonna get Demon Slayer levels of animation, or even like Chainsaw Man. Like, Chainsaw Man and this anime are very similar in their storytelling. Like, the story is non-existent almost. Like, there's barely any story. You get the baselines of everything that you get. Like, Oni and the Momotaro agency don't like each other. They fight. You kind of get a little bit of background, but barely. It's very scarce. There's not a lot of background that goes into it, and you kind of just have to piece things together by yourself. Oh, I'm losing my breath a lot. God damn. Hold up. Shouldn't have ran all that. You know what I'm saying? But getting back into it, like, the storytelling isn't great. The CGI isn't great. It switches from, that 3D type of new gen animation to, like, kind of, like, and then it goes to a picture, like, handwritten or hand drawn. In the early parts of the season is definitely trying to get, like, the CGI, maybe just testing it out with the viewers. But once they went to the hand-drawn fights and everything, I thought that made it way better. It made everything just, like, way more smooth. I thought the animation was way better when it was just hand-drawn. And I think the CGI, I know a lot of anime are trying to do it. It's not it for most anime. And for Togen Anki, if they just stuck with the hand-drawn, I think they could go a long way, definitely. Obviously, picking up that second season so early after the first season is very, very good for the anime and the longevity of it. Obviously, the manga is still going on, so there are chapters dropping weekly, but that's a whole different story, whole different topic, and more into the flaws. I mean, the storytelling is okay, just okay. Like, I can't stress more that the story is just okay. Like, it's not gonna wow you at all. I think I've said this multiple times, but it's not gonna wow you. Definitely, like, Chainsaw Man. Story could get to, like, Tokyo Ghoul levels. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like, it's really, like, once you get in that first episode, the story is like, you think it's peak. Like, you think the story is peak. You think, like, animation wise, it's like okay. Like, so the first fight that they had was pretty good, but the animation is just like, it's just so wishy-washy, and the story just takes a dive off a cliff, kind of, when you get there. And you could think of it as a class almost like My Hero Academia, to an extent, to where it's like, you got a class, you're doing stuff that the class usually does, this, their sensei, their teacher, whatever you want to call him. He's one of the coldest people in the verse, and he threatens to, like, expel people all the time. That's kind of like some shit that like Aizawa would do, or not Aizawa, what I'm talking about, Eraserhead would do. with his students. So you could kind of see there's a lot of similarities. They pay a lot of homage to other anime, so you're gonna see similarities everywhere through it. But that's if you don't like that. I mean, I could personally appreciate all the stuff that they show, but it's all up to you. It's like a standard, not standard, but your stance on it, like how you see things. If you want something completely different from other anime, it's not gonna be for you. But it's pretty good to the start. So that's all I have for flaws, really. And let's talk about why people hate Togen Anki, as in like why it's hated so much. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into it. Togen Anki might have been the most hated on anime of 2025, and a lot of people don't even know it. Obviously, as somebody who's reading the chapters, I haven't completely caught up on chapter 165 right now. I'll probably read a little bit before bed, you know what I'm saying, just to get some chapters in, kind of help me go to sleep. I don't think, normal books don't really help me. Manga is chill, and you could dive into it too. So it's like an immersed feeling, but people really hate it because, like, I don't know. I think people just need something to hate on. The 2025 anime seasons, I mean, I personally haven't watched really anything from the 2025 lineup, but all I've heard are good things about the 2025 lineup. Like, you couldn't miss. And this is an anime that came out where it's like, it's not super refined, it's not super well done studio wise, like animation wise, but it's still a good anime. Like, you could find things to hate on everything, but the anime is not bad. And I think people are just take that for granted too much. Like, there are a lot of sorry anime that come out, and then there's like something like Togen Anki where it's not gonna be Attack on Titan level like of excitement. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna have the plot like that. It's not gonna have a story like that. You just gotta take it at face value. If you like something like Jujutsu Kaisen where they're fighting all the time, Windbreaker fighting all the time, you can appreciate this anime. And I think that's something you gotta put in and take forward. But that's basically it from me. And let's get right into rating it. So, me personally, I mean, I watched it. I enjoyed it enough to where I'm making a video about it. If I didn't like it, or if I was just trying to hate, I probably would have just put a post out. Shout out ChatGPT for the thumbnail. And I don't know. I think you guys should get into it. I definitely had a good time. If you could like Blue Lock, it's very different from my demographic. As an anime, obviously I finished My Hero. I read it all. JJK, I read it all. Windbreaker, I was caught up to a lot. Haikyuu, I read all of it. Like, I've read a good amount of manga. Like, not saying I'm like a top tier manga reader, but I feel like this manga is on a really good trajectory. I've enjoyed the manga more, to where like it's been pretty good. Like, the manga is pretty good, and I think if you like shows like what I listed earlier, that you would genuinely enjoy this anime. And if you want, read the manga after you finish it. So, as always, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give it like a B tier towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not S, it's not A, it's like B. It's not mid. Some people say it's mid. I think it's a little above mid. I think it's genuinely something you can have in the background while you're watching, or while you're playing games or something. It's something you can have in the background while you're watching, or like doing something else in the house. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta know a lot of the context to enjoy it, and that's what I think people got wrong. It's like they want so much substance, but some things don't need substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta take it as you see it at face value. They're fighting. It's a good fight. It's gonna tell you a lot. They're evolving during the fights. It's pretty solid. So I'm gonna give it a B. And thank you guys for watching. This is a longer video, longer content type video. I'm gonna have to edit this OD. But thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know if you like this. And if you got here all the way to the end, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Drop something in the comments. Subscribe. Like. As always, stay blessed and peace.